Now, moving over to the energies, if we have a look at light sweet crude oil, find this price structure quite interesting right now. And again, if you want to have some major dates in the diary at the moment, at the end of this month, we have from the 26th to the 28th of September. Over that 3-day period, we have the OPEC meeting, which typically we would expect being a catalyst for the commodity markets here. So we're looking at that very closely for the next directional move here for oil. Now, right now, we've continued to move between $40 to $50 per barrel since the beginning of August. This is the range at the moment on oil, and we're slap bang in the middle of that range right now. So we're sitting around 45 US dollars. So just to put this in a little bit of context for oil over the course of this year, last year at the December 4th OPEC meeting, that is where we saw oil break down significantly. In fact, after that meeting, it broke down 500 points within a week. And then eventually in the next couple of months, from December the 4th through to the beginning of February, we saw oil break down to 12-year lows, which is where it bottomed around 27 US dollars per barrel. We had a double bottom where it revisited those lows at the beginning of February. And then we had a 5-month rally in oil where it came all the way back up to 52 US dollars per barrel. That was a 90% retracement from the lows here, which were formed at 27 US dollars per barrel. We had an incredible rally. And then since then, we then corrected 50%. So if you put on your Fibonacci levels, going back to beginning of beginning of January, around the 19th of January, and beginning of February up to the highs of June here, you can see where we pull back 50. And then since then, we've had about a 1,000-point rally back to $50 per barrel. And we're just sat within the 45 US dollar per barrel zone at the moment. So what can we deduce from that? What can we look at moving forward? Well, again, we've got a pennant formation, which is in development on oil. We've just come down for a revisit of the lower end of that trend channel just this morning. For those of you who might trade lower time frames, we've had a nice rejection candle just develop at the lower end of this channel. You've got on the 4-hour time frame, got a very clear underlying trend channel. You've got a very clear setup in development here for reasonably good risk to reward if you happen to trade off lower time frames. On the daily chart, I'm waiting for a little bit more follow through. Ideally, if we were to form a rejection candle here into the close today at this supportive channel, that would bode well for oil for a short-term momentum move back towards resistance here. Purely from a technical trading perspective at the moment, we're in an oversold condition in the short term. We've come back below 45 US dollars per barrel. And what we could look at is to move within this range up until the OPEC meeting. Now, of course, if oil was to break down and break below this swing low, which is sitting at 43 US dollars per barrel, we could actually get a revisit of the 200-day moving average, which sits at approximately about 41.50 here at the moment, because oil still remains range bound between 40 to 50. I see good value for a buy on oil between 40 to 43 US dollars per barrel. And at the moment, the sell zone is between about 49, well, about 48 actually, through to 50. That is the overbought condition is at around $50 per barrel at the moment. And the oversold condition right now on oil is between 40 to 43. So buy zone, which we are approaching at the moment, is where we are sat at the moment, right at the lower end of this trend channel. And if that closes with a confirmed setup today, we will look for a short-term momentum trade on this. And likewise, if we were to break below the previous low here from about a couple of weeks back, prior to the, let's have a look at that, the swing low around 43. If we broke below that level, we would look for better entries at the lower end of this supportive zone, just to take advantage of the range-bound trade opportunity on oil right now. So oil, we're continuing to watch very closely as well here. I do suspect the main trade will be at the end of the month from 26th to the 28th of September, where we do have the OPEC meeting. Typically, that does give rise to some good trading opportunities. So that is what we will be watching very carefully.